everyone. Welcome back to It's Time to Leave. It's Time to Leave. I'm Drunken Dan. Go ahead, Sabo.
So speaking of CW and Arrow, it turns out Stephen Amell wants to do another season, but only if it's not on the CW.
Right. Well,
He's like, can we get some? If we can get something on HBO Max or like Netflix, then yeah, I'd be all for it. I just want nothing to do with CW anymore.
that probably ain't gonna happen.
Because it gives him panic attacks. I mean, it could.
I
See,
mean, the crazier things that happen.
Theoretically, DC and Warner Brothers own the show, not CW. So if
Yeah.
they want to go through it, that they can.
And like,
Oh, I guess if we're talking superhero stuff that's mildly disappointing.
wait.
Oh wait, were you saying something, Dan?
I was just gonna make a joke about the Oh god. I don't know if that's picking up. My brother decided to vacuum right now.
Yeah, I heard that. I just thought you were being attacked by like Decepticons or something.
No, not yet. Oh fuck! That completely threw off my
Oh,
brain.
it was my landscapers, and they went off to your. No, actually, no, my neighbor's landscapers.
It's making me think of fucking. God, I was gonna make a joke about about CW and the Arrow, and I fucking completely lost it with that.
Hooray! Thank you, vacuum cleaner.
Probably wasn't that good anyway.
Yeah, now it's made so much better by virtue of it not existing.
You know.
Sometimes it's better if things just don't happen. So, you know.
Wait, hold on. I should check to see if I've upgraded the. Okay.
Maybe we should check to see if we're recording as well for a start.
You know what? It's that kind. Yeah, everything's recording. Says my microphone. We're leaving all this in because it's funnier that way. Fuck.
I mean,
All right. So what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say, I guess, spoilers for people who care about MCU Spidey, but yeah, there's leaked production shots that confirm the two other Spider-Men are back. So yeah, it's just Spider-Verse.
Surprise.
I mean, we knew that. We knew this months ago.
Yeah, but now we've got visual confirmation.
You think Disney and Marvel would learn by now?
No.
They don't learn.
Why the fuck would I? Give me like an example of one thing that Marvel has ever done across, like, you know, the fucking actual decades it's been a thing that would make me believe that they've learned a goddamn thing. Oh wait.
Did they get rid of Quesada?
I think he just left, so I don't.
He left a while ago. He's been.
Yeah, he
gone
just.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, he just.
I know
quit.
that, but I know that, but I'm hoping they would be like, we're rectifying a massive mistake we made, and just like put him on a giant catapult and launched him out of the building.
No, he got to walk
That's probably
out.
That's probably not how it went down, but I like to think it is.
Nah, he got to walk out scot free.
It was what happened in that alternate universe when this random Comic-Con guy just jumped over the table and started beating up on her.
Oh my God! This is a real debacle. This is a real slobber knocker. Oh my goodness! My God is my witness. He's dead.
Watch out! We can only hope that's what happened.
Man, JR should just be allowed to commentate everything.
Yeah.
Just everything. Just anything. It'd just be better with him commentating it. So I learned, speaking of like disappointments and just weird shit, I was disappointed to learn that apparently Genlock is getting another season. I was really surprised. Like, why?
Yeah. We knew this a while ago, but
I just learned that.
It's being funded by HBO now, and they partially own the property, so.
Oh, there it is.
Rooster. They basically Rooster Teeth had to like beg someone else to sponsor it for them, and they took ownership of it.
Why are they trying another shot at it? It failed. Just let it go.
Because they spent way too much effort and money and hype on this to just be like, all right.
Also, because Netflix is doing a Gundam thing,
Yeah, it could be.
so HBO Max has to do a robot thing, and
But it's mostly that Rooster Teeth is like, we didn't lose like some of our best guys and sink half our budget and go all in on this just to give up after one season because it failed. Also, that would probably be the death bell for Rooster Teeth if it did, because they're not doing so great right now.
yeah, well,
I did, because I didn't see what they look like before. I did out of curiosity. I was like, all right, let me see what the robots look like.
Arbalest. They look exactly like Arbalest from Full Metal Panic, but jank.
I don't like when I looked at the main mech, because all I typed in was like Genlock mech, and like I saw like the lineup of the main character mechs, and so it's weird. I don't know how to describe it. They're not bad,
They're just all generic grunts.
but like they're not great. Like even like grunt wise, like I mean, there's some cool grunts, but I don't know what it was. Something about it. I just like I don't know. Something about it I didn't quite like.
No, but like, and I've kind of even thought about this. It's part of the problem, and it's kind of why I think a lot of Western mecha doesn't fail. And I think I've even mentioned this exact point
I mean, it
on
looks
here.
better than a
at some
lot of
point.
Western mecha, to be fair.
No, but what I'm getting at, I'm not saying the show's even terrible. It's just like actual failure. But what I'm getting at is that kind of the thing a lot of properties don't get is the mechs themselves are characters. Not in the sense of they all talk and they chat, but they are like entities and they're a huge element of obviously the show itself. Like they're not just a story device to have like blah blah action scene. It's like, and to that end, you also do need to have, like we talked about before, the idea of the distinctive silhouette. You know, just being able to know, oh, that's that robot. I recognize that robot from blank because I can tell from the shape. It's like you see a silhouette of Optimus Prime. That's fucking Optimus Prime. Who are you talking about? And like, but I think the problem is that a lot of Western stuff tends to like put emphasis on like the pilots at the expense of the mechs. And I'm not saying like, oh, don't have character stuff. Obviously, have fucking character stuff. But like the robots themselves need to have like a personality to their design. It's like Pacific Rim. All those robots have a personality to their designs.
The first one.
Oh, the first one. Well, we don't talk about the second one.
Or the show.
Yeah, the black.
It's kind of like how the Enterprise used to be a character on Star Trek in itself, and then they kind of stopped caring about that in modern Star Trek.
Now we don't
It's
care
just
about the ship. The ship is
It's just a plot device to ferry Kirk to his next fight scene, which, you know, he can't have the ship there because he's got to be outgunned and, you know, tension.
so, and I think Genlock has that same issue of it's like, well, the mechs don't feel distinctive, and I kind of liken it to. I mean,
The
from
one
what I've
like from
seen,
when I was looking at them, the one that I'd say has probably the closest to being distinctive is, funny enough, the one that's the character that everybody fucking likes on the show. The one because it still has the Scottish one, because it has like the fucking rabbit ears like she does and shit. It's like the closest one, but like even that one, like it's not one of those ones where I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely want a kid of that. Meanwhile, like I'm looking at, say, even like with Ray Earth, which isn't all mecha, I'm looking at like the fucking like Flame God, and I'm like, yeah, I would love a kid of that. Cause it just looks cool.
yeah, it's fair.
It's also like you're saying, like, it's very distinctive. Where those felt like they look like phone game machines. Like they look like something I'd see in a phone game. Not one of like a specific property, like just like a phone game where it's just like it's no like particular property or IP. It's just like an original thing, and here's our random shit together.
Do you know what it is? It's the kind of thing of someone who basically says, "I want to make a Gundam, but I don't have the balls to just do a Gundam like Banpresto did."
Where they just make that fine.
Yeah, it's like this is a Hyukbine. That's very clearly a Gundam. No, it's a Hyukbine. Shut up.
Yeah, actually, was it? So one friend of mine, he just got 30, and he was like, yeah, I like this weird. It's like a weird Gundam. It's got a weird head though, and I said you should see the original Hyukbine.
It's the Hyukbine, but it's got a visor on it, so you can't tell it's a Hyukbine.
And I showed him, and he was just like, "That's just a Gundam." And I was like, "Yeah," because he's really into like Gundam and giant robot stuff too.
It's literally a Gundam.
Like he's like one of the only he's like one of two people that aren't in this call that I can talk mech stuff with. It's just him and Medi. They're in you two. It's the only people I know that like know mech shit. He did just get around to finally watching 08 MS Team, because he went around and started watching some of the ones that he didn't watch, and he loved it. So that was nice.
It is nice.
I did tell him to avoid the novelization, though, and he already was aware of it, and it's like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's, do you know about the novelization?
Loosely. I've not
Okay.
actually read it, so.
Okay, yeah, don't.
But most
don't.
Gundam novels are generally on the.
Shit.
Well, I kind of realised it, especially in 30, where there's literally I think I even screenshotted the exact line of dialogue, the exact series of dialogue, which made me go. Well, also playing through the plot of Victory, and it's like, man, Tomino has a fucking thing about mothers, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, he does.
Every character in Victory, and I legit forgot this, is just about I want to be a mother.
I will say, though, in terms of the novel stuff for Gundam, the G Gundam one's pretty fun, and I do like Crossbone. I constantly talk about how much I like Crossbone.
Well, shame sucks to be you that Crossbone does not exist anymore. It's dead.
We get Hathaway's Flash!
Crossbone didn't die, it was murdered.
It was murdered
Also,
for being good.
also the VA of the main character died. That probably didn't help.
Yeah, it probably doesn't help.
Yeah, nowadays they seem to care less. They're just like, oh, fuck, Bulma died. You.
Well,
Less if something's ongoing.
I mean, I do think that, on the flip side, stuff like that, I do think, when, they killed Heihachi in 7, because he did have a different voice actor in that was mainly because they're like, well, the original voice actor's dead, so I want to kill the character. And then, sadly enough, the replacement voice actor died not long after 7 came out. There's no joke here, that's just what happened.
no.
Who was the replacement?
The guy did, Old Man Jonathan in, JoJo Part 3.
Oh, yeah. He did die.
Yeah.
I mean, he was pretty old, so I guess that's to be expected.
I want to read this out loud for the audience. You want us to fight and risk our lives on the front lines? But you also want us to act like demure doormats when it suits you? That's Mathilia? Is that the...
Hell yeah. Oh, whatever.
Okay.
It's random Victory Girl, who cares?
Peggy. No matter how old they get, men just want someone to fulfill their pathetic mommy issues. Helen. Men in their eventuality aggravating...
Eternally aggravating.
Eternally
evil,
aggravating. Oh my god.
Beautiful complexes.
Oh my
It's
god,
like-
what the hell, man?
I feel like the writers of the game were looking at a picture of Tomino while writing this.
I mean, oh no, man! None of my thoughts until I get an erection from getting waterboarded. I don't think I've got to worry about having an Oedipus complex.
Yeah, I know I do not.
Oh, but anyway, yeah, I just felt because that's from one of the DLC.
No, you could read all these interviews with Tomino where he goes on about the purity of a mother's love and how that's the only thing that matters.
I think
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite is still the one with him and Anno, where he out crazies Anno, and Anno's like, what? The one where they're talking about how was it Char's wife in Counterattack wasn't a good mother because she wouldn't let Char do what he wanted to do, and Lala would have let him. And Anna's just like, what?
So the thing is, I bet Arno actually gets it though.
Huh?
I bet Arno gets it though. In that sense of maybe he's the right kind of crazy where I think he could sympathize with.
Where he's like, I understand, but
Yes.
where he's still kind of scratching at the chin, like scratching at his collar,
He does that into it. It's like, fuck this, man. I'm gonna go do Godzilla.
I'm gonna get away from Evangelion for a few decades.
Fuck this. You know what? Mecha's weird. I'm gonna go do Toku for a decade.
And then he finishes that, and he looks at his bank account and goes, "You know, I could use another jet ski."
Oh, he's still doing Toku. He's doing Shin Kamen
Well,
Rider.
yeah, he went to Evangelion.
Well-
he's just like.
Oh no,
he's
no!
like,
I was making a joke of
final-
why he went and did Evangelion. It was just like
He went back to Evangelion. He went. You know what the final battle should be? It should be the two Evangelions fighting each other in a Toku set.
yeah.
He's
A
basically
Toku set of Evangelion because I don't know. I don't care.
I mean, let's be honest. He did Evangelion 4 because he had to, because he was contractually obligated.
Yeah,
to.
because he's like, I'll give you 4 movies, and they're like, well, you only did 3, and he's like,
Wait, I didn't do the fourth already. Fuck.
He's like, can we leave it at that? Well, you left it on a big cliffhanger where half the world destroyed, so no, you kind of got to resolve that for us. It's like, oh, all right.
Fine.
It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. All right, here's your 4th movie. Wait, really? She wins? Yes.
Yes.
Now I'm going to do Kamen Rider. Go away.
I feel like he did that too, because he was like, all right, the guy, that's his boyfriend, and everyone was like all for it, and he's like, damn it, okay. And then just was like, you win. It'll piss somebody off, probably.
Also, I assume he's like, well, I can't. He's like these fan bases have to be eternally warring with each other, so I can't let either one of them win. So I'll go with the 3rd option.
Actually, the 4th option, because the 3rd option was the guy, and he decided, fuck that.
Oh, then it's the 5th option because the 4th option is Shinji's hand.
No, that
No,
was always
Shinji's-
no. Actually, no. Hold on. Wait, no. You're technically right, but that's 1st option. Then 2nd option, I guess, is like either Oscar or Ray, whichever one showed on the screen first. I don't remember.
Shinji's hand already got like play in the show. I'm just
well,
saying.
actually,
you're right.
Actually, Ray did show up on screen first because Asuka wasn't introduced until like episode 6.
Yeah, I didn't know which one. That's why I was like Oscar or Ray. I don't fucking know.
But also, Ray is a genetic clone of his mother, so that's weird.
It
But
is.
he doesn't know that.
Doesn't he?
No, he doesn't because Gendo burned all pictures of his mother.
Men and their
like-
eternally aggravating Oedipal complexes. Am I right, fella?
He's like, oh yeah, I burned all pictures of your mother and erased all data of her from existence. She only exists in my memory now. Sorry, Shinji.
Hey, which robot should I give Pell to get her out of the Cubile? Or Peru?
What about she got spare?
Let's see
Honest-
here. To spare, in terms of ones that I'm not using, I can't really spare the Mark II because I still have to use Fa for stuff. I feel like the real G's is a downgrade. I don't want to give her that. There's the Hyakushiki. There's another.
You might as
Actually,
well just keep her. You might as well just keep her in the Cubile. It's okay.
there's the Crossbone 1 because I like rarely use the other Crossbone.
You can't do that. That's wrong.
Let's see here. Oh wait, the F92 falls in the F92, so I can sacrifice the Mark II because Ellie's in that. So I can. So the best 2 I have here are the Hyakushiki in the Mark II.
Yeah, you should probably keep her in the Cubile.
Hey man, Cubiles are a decent unit.
Yeah.
I was even thinking, man, you could use the narrative Gundam because like you don't need to worry about that once you get like the thing. But
Wrong game.
right, yeah, we don't have that in this game.
It's kind of like what was it in V when I was like, man, whatever the name of the fucking one from Hathaway's Flash. I was like, man, this sucks. And then someone told me, hey, you should put Ro in that. Oh, okay. Put Ro in it. Wow, this thing's a beast now.
Good old Penelope, I think it's called.
Man, Hathaway sucks so bad. Even in his own robot, he's the inferior pilot.
Yeah, well,
That's how bad Hathaway is.
I don't think you'll get any arguments about hating Hathaway from us.
There's probably someone out there who'd be like, Hathaway's my favorite character.
Yeah, well, we don't listen to those people because they're stupid.
I mean, they are.
Pretty sure there's not a single person on the planet who's like, Hathaway's my favorite character. Maybe they're like, Hathaway's okay, and maybe you're being a little too harsh on him, but I don't think anybody's gonna be like, oh, I love Hathaway. He should have been the main
I mean,
character.
I've met a Quest defender, so.
Maybe Klaus Shrimpy will defend Hathaway.
Oh god.
I don't know who
Cool,
that is.
Shrimpy. He's that
Is she
Mamoru
too?
guy.
We talked about it last
Oh.
week.
He's that guy that's obsessed with like the little
You
cute
expect
kid
me to remember their
characters
name?
that I hate.
You expect
and
me to remember
rant
the name of
about
every
often.
cringe lord I come across?
I
Yes.
mean, he's the only cringe lord I've come across other than Chris Chan.
Do you know how many breads you've eaten?
Yes.
That's how many
Yes.
cringe lords I've come across. Because I lost count ages ago. I stopped counting. Oh, this is, I think, the map where I get the Shingetter Dragon.
Neat. Oh yeah, Sabo, speaking of 30, how far in are you?
Still haven't played it since the last time you asked me.
God damn it. I'm like basically at the end.
I
can't
know.
I can't talk to anyone. Because
We'll talk to
all the
Dan.
other people I can talk, all the other people, I'm like, yeah, I'm playing this game called Super Robot Wars 30, and then their eyes just glaze over. Even when I tell them, yeah, and Code Geass is in for like stages or whatever.
Show J-Jazz.
Frankly, the Code Geass
I would be playing it, but I'm sitting here talking to you guys instead.
Oh, I'm in the same boat. I mean, it's kind of funny though for how much like Code Geass is, kind of, I guess, was part of like the marketing and such. It is basically like it does prove the movie has basically no content because it is pretty much just 3 stages and then that's it for Code Geass.
Figured as much because it's like Endless Waltz.
Hey, to be fair, that's 1 stage more than Cowboy Bebop.
But Cowboy Bebop's not even a fucking mech show.
Yeah, the Cowboy Bebop is like, well, that's not surprising.
This wasn't meant to compliment Code Geass, it was meant to dig into
what
Code
were they
Geass.
going to do with Cowboy Bebop? Like, nobody pilots anything except Spike.
This wasn't meant as a defense for it.
There's
Oh,
not even like
Charlie.
enemies he can fight unless because
This wasn't a defense for Code Geass. This is just me dunking
this
it.
isn't like Sunrise World War where you can fight on foot and everything.
And you know who they should have brought back?
Go on.
They should have brought back Asakim.
Oh yeah, probably should have.
I've been spending too much time. Wait, do you care if I talk about that fight you already know is in the game, Sabo?
No, because I already know it's in the game.
Alright, so it's in the game, but you have to do it 9 times.
Why?
Ah, cool. It's a Kuze experience. My
Because it's also optional. Because he's not at full power after getting dunked on in Z3. So every time you fight him, he gets stronger.
Like, oh, you have to fight Advent 9 times. One
Yep.
time was too many.
You have to fight him 9 times. I think I've done 4 because I thought it would be just like one fight and then done, so I saved it for the end.
And it's probably when he's in his giant monster thing too, right?
Hypnosis this.
Okay, no. Okay, never mind.
His final boss form, I think.
Well, his final boss form is called Supreme God Z, so I guess not.
No, it's Hypnosis Z, I think is the exact name.
Okay, that's nothing like he piloted, but it's probably lame because Advent is a terrible character.
I thought you liked Advent.
No, I hated Advent.
Oh. I thought you said he was like the best character.
That was like Crow,
Oh.
and he was one of the protagonists.
But anyway, yeah, you have to fight Advent 9 times.
No, Advent is like the worst character.
Oh. Then yeah, well.
Oh, there it is. Use Getarays, the fucking speed force of mech.
Thanks, Get a Raise.
You gotta use Getarays to control all this shit. You just use Getarays.
Hey, Ryoma, why did you get sent, like, 10 years in the future and no one else did, Get a Raise? Hey, Marzinga, why did you just suddenly get big and demonic looking, Get a Raise? It's not even your thing, Marzinga, shut up.
For those at home, that's how the Mazin Kaiser originally was created in the Super Robot Wars games.
Fucking Get a Raise, man.
They just do whatever they want.
It's almost as bad as the power.
Almost as bad as the Speed Force.
Nothing's as bad as the Speed Force.
Yeah, they haven't made Getter lightsabers yet, I'll give you that. Yet.
I
Give
mean,
it
they
time.
did make a big axe. Does that count?
No, because it's not an axe, it's a tomahawk.
Okay, fair enough.
It's true. It says it in the nameplate. Tomahawk. It's
Is
an
it?
axe.
That's what Ryoma calls it. And are you one to argue with Ryoma?
I don't argue with Ryoma. I cherished my life too much.
Like, basically, every interaction with people with Ryoma in 30 is people going, "Man, Ryoma, you're such an asshole." Ryoma's like, "You think I give 2 flying shits what you think? I'll fucking kill you. I'll cut you."
He's like, I don't even want to be in this anymore. Do you know why I'm here? Because they can't afford the original guy anymore. That's why I'm here. Leave me alone.
I still prefer that one, though, to be honest.
Now we've got ArcNet. I'm still surprised they don't just do Nougat Robo. Although I imagine the reason they've done Shingeta so many times is A, because you can reuse the assets, and B, you can use it to tie into like Infinity by having Koji and Ryoma as old war buddies with Amuro.
Yeah.
You know what I miss? I miss the original Gator Dragon, which we're probably never going to get ever again.
Well, I mean the one Go pilots, or
No, the one from Gator Robo G, the second show.
oh, that Gator Dragon.
Yes,
Well,
the toy dragon. I don't think we're going to be seeing that anytime soon.
no, probably not.
Maybe the Infinity. Maybe if they use the Infinity version.
Gator Robo Infinity.
So there is one Getter Robo that got Infinity, and it is the dragon.
Yeah, no, but they made an Infinity version of it where it's all panel lined and everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
Infinity. Oh, one of those like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at.
It's the
This
only Getter
sounds
to get it.
hideous.
It is hideous. It's an infinitism. What do you want?
But Mazen Kaiser Infinitism looks okay.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's the funny thing. Is Majin Kaiser's the only one of those that I'm like, because I actually do have the kit of that, and I was like, this one looks fine. Like I would have preferred classic, but it's not like where when I first saw the Great and the Mazinger, and I was just like disgusted by it.
Yeah, they made one for Gator Dragon, one for Grandizer, and one for Jeeg.
Do you know what's the? You know, it's going to sound really silly. I actually don't mind the panel lines as much on that. I mean, granted, it's because I think Getter had those like more prominently anyway. The thing I don't like is I don't like the blue.
Yeah.
The blue just does not work with the red.
But the blue
They
needs
add
to be
like
there.
weird colors of things, or things that just kind of make things look splotchier, like how.
I just
Like how for example with the Mazinger Z for the wings, specifically for the Z, they're just like, let's add some like gray bits for no reason. We'll just have some gray bits. Like we forgot the paint here. There's no reason for it. They're just there.
other than that, Infinitism Getter's alright. 6 out of 10. Oh. Well, but yeah, you have to fight Advent a bunch, and it's just the whole, yeah, if you keep fighting me, I'll get stronger and stronger. And I'm like, well, I guess I'll just keep killing you then.
You know, I just realized something. I think the only reason no one will argue with Noriko's Gunbuster Tomahawks being axes is because they're afraid that if they argue with her on it and convince her then they have to try and do the same with Ryoma, and no one wants to do that.
I will say this, since Saber already knows it's in the game. Final Galgaigar is broken.
I mean, Gal Gaigar usually is in general.
No, it's like
Right.
actually like kind of insane how stupid good Final GGG is. It's like hands down the best. It might honestly be like one of the best single units across like these last 4 games.
It
Damn.
probably is.
How much do you know about Final GGG, Sabo? I don't want to spoil anything.
No, the plot or what's actually in the game.
Either.
I pretty much know how the plot goes. I'm not sure how they're going to interpret it into the game, and I have some fears that I don't want to confirm until I've actually gotten to that point.
What are said theories, and I will not confirm or deny, and I will even mute myself again. So that
I told you it last week. It was that it's only the Gal Gaigars and nothing else because they were too lazy to add any of the actual Braves.
Right, yeah, you did mention right. That I thought you
Yeah.
meant. Like, I was talking about like Final Galgaigar specifically.
I mean, I assume it's just like Genesect, but with the fapping hand.
I mean, essentially, but there is one other thing about it that makes it.
It has all the subpilots.
Yeah, it's got 5 fucking. It's got like 5 fucking. Or sorry, like 6 pilots.
Yeah, because that happens in the comic.
Yeah, because it's got the Better Man team, or it's got the Better Man duo, Mamoru, Kaido, Mikoto, and Renee.
Yes.
So basically, you get and all 7 of them like get some variation of love or bravery.
Fuck!
So you can just it's like basically just fucking deals with any problem. Any problem, it's like yeah, just send Final Galgaigar.
It's and it doesn't have any pilots. That's kind of like how, like in this game, for me at least, it's like, how do I solve my problems? Just looks over at the Gunbuster.
Effectively, but since it's got 5, it's got like 7.
Yeah, it's even
like,
crazier because it's got like 7 fucking pilots in it.
Yeah. And also, I'm pretty sure the Goldion finger has like just barrier breaking stuff. So yeah, it's final GGG is like actually maybe one of the craziest units I've ever seen. As like just a single entity. Gridman's also actually pretty good though.
Does it have does it have a 9999 damage that hits the entire map?
Probably not.
So it's not as crazy as Ideon in
Yeah,
Alpha
but
30.
Ideon's intentionally broke. Ideon's like intentionally stupid like that.
And also,
Yes.
if you use that too much, you just lose.
Yeah.
No, this doesn't happen in Alpha 3. Well, no, if it gets shot down, you lose.
Don't shoot
That
down
was-
an Ideon.
That was an F final where if Ideon gets too powerful, you get a game over.
Which I won't lie, is fucking funny.
It's kind of like how in Civ 4 you could get a game over by nuking the planet enough times.
Yeah, you can literally cause the apocalypse. Oh no, they're all going to try and shoot Amuro! Whatever will
Yeah.
I intuition.
Yeah. Also, I think also like Gundam Narrative has like a kind of similar issue with Code Geass, in the sense of it's like it's based off of one movie, so it's pretty limited in what you can actually do. But with Narrative, it's like they save the climax for Narrative until mid to late game, so you are just stuck with the narrative for a while.
Probably doesn't help that, yeah, it doesn't really help that it has that, and also Victory just existing doesn't help, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, that's because it's also made worse in the Victory people in the Zanskar Empire just team up with everyone, so they just keep showing up in every stage. Like fuck off, Zanskar!
Why did they bring him back?
Because it hadn't been in for like 20 years, and they had to. And
You know, it could
So-
not be in for another 20. 100.
well,
Or just never again. Nobody likes Victory Gundam, other than the mentally deranged.
I don't think I've ever met someone who's defended Victory.
I mean, just by law of averages, there's someone. There's at least one. Just by law of averages.
But yeah, I am actually. Well, I think probably one of the things I'm most curious to see, like how if there is any special interaction once like the DLC drops, we get like the Ultramen, and see how like they respond to like how they in like Gridman and Knights of Magic people respond. Is that? Who was that?
It was the vacuum again.
Oh,
Uh,
vacuum.
yes. But fuck. Oh, they have a map attack.
Did Sabo die?
Did he?
Oh,
I'm here.
Sabo died to the map attack I just saw. I was like, what? They have a map attack? What?
or the vacuum.
Yes, yes, the vacuum.
Sucked up
Vacuum
by-
scared me away.
Sucked up by the vacuum.
But yeah, as I said, I'm pretty sure I'm at the end. So now I'm basically just sort of doing some of the not quite side missions, but even more the side missions, because the mission structure of this game is weird.
Side of the side.
I'm doing all of the sort of like leftover stuff that I hadn't done before I tackle what I'm not sure is the final battle, but it's definitely like a prelude to the final battle because I think I've done all of the plots now.
Turns out there's another plot. They brought in Gundam Wing.
Won't mind.
Suddenly a colony drops.
Well, it's not very sudden. That's literally the plot of narrative.
Suddenly a colony,
Colony
drops
drop.
again.
I will say, I do appreciate narrative's villain being an absolute cunt. He's like maybe the worst or the best. I can't
He's
decide.
just like, I'm evil.
Yeah, his whole shtick is he's just fucking evil for shits and giggles.
You know, I respect that.
But it's kind of
like-
it's almost refreshing in like after you know all this like, oh no, these characters are really complicated and whatever, and then you just have this asshole. It's like, no, I'm really fucking evil and I hate you. I don't even know who you are and I want to murder you.
Honestly, I've kind of been feeling that lately in general. Whenever I watch something and I'm like, wait, hold on, this guy is just evil because they're just evil. Okay. Thank you. God, I forgot how weird the other scientists look in fucking Armageddon.
Well, they are evil, horrible alien monsters.
Yeah. And then there's just
And
one
then,
guy
like-
just black.
And unlike Saotome, they don't want to not be horrible monsters. Or maybe he does still want to be a horrible monster. It's really unclear.
No, this is all part of my plan. Or was it?
You're just making this shit up as you go along, aren't you? Yeah.
Maybe I am. Unless!
You'll have to fight me, Ryoma, to find out!
The answer lies in the heart of battle!
Although I will say, if you're expecting any get a plot in Hub 30, you ain't getting it.
Oh yeah, I don't expect it.
They don't even bother. Actually, I can't even say, because Sabo. Yeah, I do enjoy it. Yeah, 30's good,
I'll get it at some point.
eventually.
I still am playing Pathfinder because that game's long.
I
And
can't
then,
play Pathfinder still.
I am sorry.
I returned it. I was like, too bad. It looks like it's quite an interesting game, but I was just like, well, my computer's sparking and exploding, so that's probably
Yeah,
not a
you
good
can't
thing.
run it. You can't run it.
Apparently, it has this flaw where it always uses 99% GPU on certain systems, no matter if it's required or not. And it's a bug they haven't patched yet, so
That's silly.
yes, it is.
But hey, now you can play 30.
But
It's not
the
It's
thing
all
I'm
serious.
probably gonna play after that is because I do have it too is Serious Sam 4, which I played a little bit of. I like Serious Sam.
Oh, Sabo, my old, not really a spoiler, but you know, like those. Have you yet seen any of those relic missions?
Maybe. Oh. What is that?
They're like the missions that don't appear on like the They're not like in the mission list, but they appear on the map.
Yeah, I
Okay.
never did any of those yet.
All right, so I'm going to say to do like any of them specifically because I can't remember the rewards, but I will tell you this. I'm not going to say why. Do the Relic of Gold missions.
Okay.
Ooh, wait, I have an idea. There we go. The Cubalate can actually take out these little guys individually, like, quickly, so I was like, wait, why don't I give her multi-action so she can just take out two of the motherfuckers right now? There's no reason not to, she's in range.
Yeah. Do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And now those are all dead. Alright, however, I do still have a fuckload of these things. God, I hate the fucking machine primevals.
Did you ever watch Majestic Prince, Sabo?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I just read the basics and saw a couple of clips, but I was like, this does not look interesting at all.
Because, I mean, I did most of the missions for that, and then, like, the last sort of mission just dropped, like, 400 different plot points at once, and I was like, what? Okay? I'm really confused. And there's not really a resolution to any of those things either.
I think it had a sequel movie.
See, I wouldn't.
So-
I know even less than you guys know about it. So
I think it had a sequel movie, so all of those random questions that aren't resolved might be resolved there. I don't know.
or they might have asked
Maybe-
more questions. Who knows?
It's possible.
It's like how Fafnir never really ends because they keep adding stuff to it every like 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, well. But yeah, it's good. I like it. I recommend it. It's kind of a shame because one of the things I do want to talk about is I want to talk about the mid-season upgrade, but I can't. Or the mid sort of game upgrade, but I can't.
What, for the main character mech?
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'm gonna hit this thing with a Seikyaten Kyoken. Fuck it. Fucking kill this thing. End its misery, Domon. Or my misery, I don't fucking know. Alright, well, now it's just these weak ones over here, so let's just start sending the stronger machines over to where the threats are still alive.
So out of curiosity then, Sabo, what are like some of the units you're looking forward to trying out?
I guess I'm curious about more than just the basic Gridman. Hopefully, maybe see how that resolves.
So
See
like,
how much, I heard they put a lot of effort into Gridman, but I'm not exactly sure what the specifics are.
there's definitely a lot of effort put into his animations. Can tell you that much.
Yeah, I was like, someone's like, you could tell some shows they liked and put a lot of effort into, and some they didn't care.
And some shows where they just like definitely have like sprites from previous games, because like you said,
yeah, that's my one problem is some of the stuff from previous games when they have the new dynamic close-up camera angles, and I'm like, well, that looks pixelated terribly.
Yeah, I think King Jade is one of the worst ones for that.
I was like, yeah, you could tell it wasn't designed for this kind of.
But yeah, there's definitely like I'd say Majestic Prince also gets like a lot of effort put into its animations.
People like Majestic Prince?
Do they?
I don't know.
I
didn't think they did.
I never knew anything about it until it got announced for Super Robot Wars. I was like, okay. And now I look at it, and now having, basically played through the plot, it sure does seem like basically every real robot series I've kind of seen.
Yeah, it's basically just all the real robot tropes into one show.
Like I said, I can't say anything on it because I never even looked at it.
So, yeah.
I don't even know what the characters look like. Oh, that reminds me, there was a joke I was gonna make last time when you guys were talking about how the captain of the original ship for this game is like it's probably gonna be really popular. There was a joke I was gonna make and I withheld myself, and I'm sad that I did, and I'll explain. I was gonna make a joke saying, "Oh, really popular. Let me guess, blonde or pigtails." And then I looked them up like after recording, and it's both. And I was like, "God damn it! I could have had a funny gag without even knowing it. Fuck!" Now no one's gonna believe that I did that on purpose.
Yeah, but it's mostly because of the actress.
Yeah.
That is why she's popular.
Maybe, but I think that's only part of it. Because that is really that combo is really popular in Japanese shit.
I blame Sailor Moon personally.
Probably. Fuck you, Usagi. You did this.
You see, one of the protagonists is voiced by Sugita, and he's always like, I want one of my characters to get together with a character voiced by this girl because I like her voice. It's cute. And so everyone's like, "Oh, we have to get Sugita his waifu."
Yeah, and he always wanted to pilot a Gundam.
Yes, he always wanted to pilot a Gundam, and he gets a Hukubine, which
yeah,
is I guess the closest he's ever going to get.
Basically a Gundam.
It's a Gundam and everything but name.
Meanwhile, with Dio's VA, he's just doing nothing but piloting fucking Gundams half the time.
And he's even better, man.
He's not better man, is he?
Yes, he is.
He
is better man.
Yeah.
Oh, then he is in twice because he's Victim as well, and Victim's voiced.
That's right. Yeah. He's always in each game like as playing both. I think he's. Oh no, that's right. He was Victim.
Yeah, he's Victim.
I was gonna say because because a lot of the Brave casts overlap, so he's in a lot of Braves too. I don't think he was in Gal Gaigar though.
Probably not, but that's also because like, GGG never had like a. Well, GGG after a certain point just doesn't really have human villains, so or humanoid villains.
Well, he played some of the robots too. Like he played he was one of the Dagwan, and I think he was.
No one
He
cares
was
about
one of
that
the
one.
A lot of people care about Dagwan, actually. Apparently, they said Dagwan's biggest problem is that Gal Gaigar came right after it.
That one's just there. It's like, get that weak ass shit out of here, son.
It's like on its own, it's pretty good. But you know, it's like, but Gal Gaigar was better.
How do you compare with the King of Braves?
Also, Dagwan did a bad job of like showing off its robots, I guess you could say. Which led for a lot more varied fights than just protagonist robot uses the sword finisher over and over, but it also means they didn't get to do a lot of their a lot of stuff was only used like once or twice.
And then they decided, you know what, Gal Gaigar gets no sword.
No, Gal Gaigar like doesn't have a lot of the usual things.
It has a knife sometimes.
As a knife at Genesis, but it's like it doesn't have a sword. It doesn't have a secondary form that it gets for the second half of the show that it then combines with the original one with. It doesn't have. It doesn't. I mean, I guess the Ryujin brothers are kind of like the combination, but it doesn't have it doesn't have the 3-piece Brave that is later joined by a 4th one.
Yeah, we don't get no super build Tiger this time. I mean, I guess technically you could argue Goryu and Genryujin for like the 5 minutes they show up. They weren't even like a fucking entities in T. They're just like a fucking combo attack. And it's like, well, I'm not gonna field Choryujin and Geki Ryujin.
Yeah, it's not like in W where they were separate units, but you know, I don't think any game will ever give Gal Gaigar the love it got in W.
Well, that's because W's the only fucking game where they could do the whole plot in one.
Yeah.
It's like no one else will give us like all three versions of Gal Gaigar in one game.
Gal Gaigar did have the ninja bot though, which.
Oh yeah, good old Volfog. Forgot about him. I guess I'm too used to Shadow Maru now.
Yeah, Shadow Maru and Shadow Dagwan and Seven Changer from one of the earlier ones. There were a lot of ninja bots.
Ninja robots are cool.
Alright, there's been like 3 Sentais based on purely on being ninja, so.
I almost had the Gunbuster finish off the Shin-Getter dragon.
They're about the same size, so.
They are, which is kind of funny. I love explaining to people the size difference of like that in this game, and they're just like, "Wait, what?" It's like, yeah, that thing could just carry around like an whole armament of like, they could carry around a platoon of UC mobile suits.
Yeah, but you know what Gunbuster can't have?
What?
A happy ending.
It has a bittersweet ending.
Yeah, I didn't say that it can't have a bittersweet ending. I said it can't have a happy ending.
So we don't get to see what Earth looks like unless we watch the sequel. But you gotta watch the sequel.
But then all of their friends are dead.
Well, yeah, that just happens when you go hundreds of years in the future, or thousands. I don't remember.
It's the actual millennia, isn't it?
I'd have to watch Die Buster, and I haven't done that. I have it. It came when I bought the Gunbuster Blu-ray. It came with it.
You're better off not watching Die Buster, if I remember right.
What I'm just gonna do.
You're not.
So Gunbuster the series is getting actually like translated and brought over here, and also a dub. I'm just gonna watch that.
Honestly, the best part about Gunbuster is just the one episode that Gunbuster destroys everything.
Yeah.
The rest is okay. The rest is okay, but like the first half is like a parody of Aim for the Ace, which I'm like, I don't know if we really needed that. And then the last episode is just all still shots and like all that stuff.
and then it's all animated in black and white, which is stretching that limited budget they had anyway.
Well, someone's like, oh no, they didn't have a limited budget. They did it intentionally because they already had the big flashy fight scene. Why would they want another? And I'm like, well, because that's the entire point of robot shows, isn't it?
Also, I would say they did have a limited budget because actually filming here's the thing is filming stuff in monochrome is one thing. Animating something in grayscale is fucking actually expensive.
Yeah.
So a lot of their budget went into that final episode.
Yeah, and it doesn't super show because it's like one of those things of, to most people, yeah, not having color makes it seem almost cheap, and it's like, no, it's actually the reverse. It's probably the most expensive episode out of all of them for that.
Cost them more to make.
So they deliberately decided to make it look like that.
Yes.
Yeah, it was intentional. I don't understand why, but it was intentional.
Well, I said because they had the big fight and they were trying to make it dramatic and emotional, and I was like, okay, but the big fight is the only good part of that series.
I like Gunbuster.
It's a fine series, but he does have a point.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay, but all I really care about is Noriko and what's her name beating up things at Gunbuster. I didn't really care for the tennis show parody in the first half because I don't like Aim for the Ace.
Or what about what's his name when he dies?
And yeah, he was like, "Oh no, it's a random rookie pilot who gets killed, so people can feel sorry for him."
This random rookie pilot who's nice to Noriko, and then he dies.
Like we've only seen that in every show ever.
Yeah, even by because Gunbuster's what 80 something. Well, actually, what year was Gunbuster? I'm gonna check.
89 or
what year was it made? I think it was like the late 80s. It came out in
1989. Dan was right.
I think it
because
was
it came out the same year as Pat LaBar, and Pat LaBar was 89.
But yeah, even by like 1989 standards, that exact thing of, oh no, look at this character we've only just seen, and yeah, he's dead, had been like a stay put.
Because I remembered it. They came out around the same time because Anno years ago was pissed because Pat LaBar overshadowed Gunbuster.
Pat LaBar's great though.
Oh yeah, I love Pat LaBar. Pat LaBar. If you're saying like which one did I pick, yeah, Pat LaBar. Pat LaBar, easy.
Everyone would pick Pat LaBar.
Like I wouldn't ask for Pat LaBar. I mean, okay, that's a lie. I would ask for Pat LaBar in Robot Wars, but it wouldn't be a great idea.
It's been in.
I just mean like it wouldn't, like the units wouldn't be that strong.
Just because something's like jank comparatively doesn't mean it will be jank in gameplay wise or garbage gameplay wise. It's like how if you could I think of the example of Jay, right? So if you compare Tekkaman Blade to like basically any actual robot series, it's like, well, yeah, Tekkaman can't win. And he's like one of the best.
You're right, because like the Mazinger is actually compared to even like some compared to even a lot of real robot stuff is fairly weak. The original Mazinger Z.
Yeah, so it's not a matter of like how necessarily like strong the robot is, like in terms of how it appeared in the show.
Like if you were to look at it, like honestly, the Mazinger Z would lose to like the Gundam Wing.
Yeah, this is true. Wing Gundam does just get to blow up a colony whenever if it wants to.
Yeah. And this is me, like, not even counting like any of the stupid shit like the Wing Zero custom.
Or Double O Riser having its stupid. Oh no, it's firing a giant beam. That's not a beam. That's a sword. Fucking Double O Riser.
Oh no, they were swallowed by the dragon.
Giggity.
Oh. So Dan, does playing T cause your eyes to hurt?
No.
Okay. It only happens to me.
To be fair, I assume Dan's playing on a TV.
Yeah, right now I'm playing it on TV.
Whereas you'd be playing like on computer monitor, which I also
no,
assume.
When I played T on my TV, the same thing happened, except it was worse because I couldn't actually adjust my TV to make it not hurt.
Yeah.
That's why I only played T once and never again.
Yeah, I have not had any kind of problem like that with it hurting my eyes.
Do you have glasses, Sabo?
Yeah.
I have glasses too.
I don't know.
I can't
then.
play without them.
Also, guess who died again?
If I take my glasses off, I can't read the text, so I can't exactly. I don't know who died again.
You'll never guess who died again And get her.
Amuro. Oh, Musashi, yes.
He's dead again.
Bye. Bye, Musashi.
It's okay, we have Benkei now.
Oh, hi, Benkei.
Yeah, Benkei's here. Fucking Musashi just dies all the time.
Well, no, it makes my eyes hurt and it gives me a headache. I don't know why.
It's kind of problem where Musashi dying in the original Gedo was like, groundbreaking at the time, and then that sort of also, and then that's become his defining trait. So it's like anytime Musashi appears, it's just waiting for
His death.
Yeah, because it's like so iconic.
Except in Z1, where he lives. I mean, no, Z2 Part 1, where he lives throughout the whole game and only dies.
I mean, he technically lives in New Gedo Robo 2, but he's basically
Also
not.
Benkei.
Yeah, he's basically like a hybrid of Benkei and Musashi.
A little bit more Benkei, I think, in there, to be honest.
He also lived in the special crossover movie Grendizer versus Getter Robo, except then he died in the second one.
Of course he did. I'm not even like surprised. Like, yep, of course he fucking died.
It's like an alternate continuity of the Toei ones where like Great Mazinger and Getter team up and they do well, but then in the second movie he immediately gets killed. So they can introduce Getter G and Benkei.
Oh, that's the last Primeval. Nice.
Is it really the last Primeval?
Well, in this map.
I was going to say, because we all know what happens when we get to the last Primeval.
You know, Jay must feel weird having to watch everybody else do everything, because I just rarely bring out the King Jader.
You should. King Jader is
Oh, it's
actually
good. It's just, there's so many robots in this game that I like. So, usually, like, certain ones I either don't use or will use at random points just because I like so many of the machines. There are ones that always get deployed, of course, but you know what I mean.
One thing I really I do kind of respect is I love that Soldato J never fucking becomes the light guy ever. Even when he's not a Zonda, even when he becomes even when he's like technically on the same side, he's like, I still hate you. And everything you stand for.
Fuck you.
Yeah, basically. I
Hey,
don't
we're
need
friends
you.
now. Fuck you.
Well, he has that mission where he hangs out with all the other guys who hate each other, who hate everyone else.
Yeah.
Like Ray and Joe and that one guy from Rayarth.
The Rayarth guy is actually fairly. He's not fairly in it. Oh wait. No. They're actually all fairly amicable in this game, at least the Rayarth cast.
Well, yeah, but he's like I'm just gonna stand in the corner, not talk to anybody. If you want me to. Kill
Oh,
somebody,
the Zogato's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because he's too busy with his undying love for that girl he meets for 5 minutes.
I've known you for 5 minutes. But if
I would
anything bad
die.
were to happen to you,
I would literally kill myself. It's like, whoa, a little bit intense there, Lantis.
Lantis, how old are you?
I don't think that robot he pilots was even in the show. They
I
just
was wondering about that.
I think they just copied the first one and then like gave it a different name, and they're like, hey,
I
It's-
don't
it's-
remember.
it's-
It might have been in the
it's
manga.
it's so you can have him without like ruining the tragic Clamp story that of course they'd oppose because Clamp is stupid like that. I remember when I got to that part in T because I'd forgotten the Rayo theory, and it's like, oh yes, actually, you were summoned to destroy her because she loved the guy so much that it just tore her apart, and I was like, God damn it, Clamp.
This makes no sense.
I don't know. Clamp is all about like ridiculous tragedy because they find it so romantic, and I was like, God damn it.
I enjoy Clamp, but yeah, Clamp crazy. I think like one of the ones that is like the least fucked up is probably like Card Captors.
Yeah.
Like Card Captors is the most normal one.
Yeah, well, tell that to the fan base.
They didn't even write Code Geass, and we still had stupid Clamp shit in there.
Yeah, wow. They certainly inspired the design aesthetic.
Oh, they designed it. They did the art. They didn't write the story.
So I do find it funny when Nova gets introduced in T and 30, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's a girl with the same face as Nova," and I'm like, "Yeah, there's lots of that." Oh, you mean this one specifically? Okay.
Honestly, that would have confused me too. I'd be like, "Oh, were they making a joke about the art style?"
It's like, oh no, she's just allegedly has the same face. And I'm like, how the fuck can you tell? Also, she's got stupid elf ears.
Oh god, Amuro's all the way back here. He's not going to enter the last bit of this fight.
Yeah. To be fair, my experience, New Gundam gets like crazy stupid range, so it's possible.
There's only 2 things left, and one of them's going to die by Ryoma's hand right now. And then there's just one more round left where everyone can just dogpile on the thing. There's Amuro, even if unless I, like... I'm trying to think if there's any way I could even do it without skipping turns if I was to just try and get him over here. And
Can you not, like, emergency order him with the ship?
Well, you mean, like, emergency retrieval?
Yeah.
Not on this turn.
Oh.
Because all the ships have already moved. Oh,
Well,
wait.
I guess
Hold on. Let's see.
I guess I'm too used. So.
Out of range. The only ones that are in range would not be able to get him there in time. So yeah, he's just out of this fight. He's done.
I guess I'm just too used to the Dry Straga, where if you upgrade it, it can like it just emergency retrieval anyone from anywhere on the map. Fuck you.
Yeah, because even with a rush, I could not get him there in time. Yep. Oh well, that's fine. He's not even the main guy for this thing. It's the Getter Robo's turn to be the main guy.
You know who should have been in 30? Ingram.
Oh, please no, we don't need Ingram.
Well, his VA is already in the game, and he doesn't get to do much else otherwise. So.
Do you know who he should have had in the game?
Who?
No, I was hoping I think of some ridiculous character. Actually, fuck, I know who. Zenga. Zenga should have been in.
He might still be in. He might be one of the later DLCs.
It'll never happen, but I would just like Zoids.
No, we're talking about these are original characters.
Oh, original. Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he might be. Because I think there's like other DLC packs that are coming next year, and there's going to be 2 OGs in each of them. And I'm like, okay, 2 of them are definitely Daizenger and Austin Cider. So.
I would just like...
Will it be Elzam or will it be Ratzel though?
It'll be the Ratzel because Elzam only pilots the Garly and Trombe.
Even though he's in a universe.
Even though they're the same. Even though they're the same guy, he hasn't been Elzam since OG1.
What? They're not the same guy. He clearly says he's not Elzam. And Elzam doesn't wear goggles.
He's right.
That's not funny.
I just would like... I know it's not an original, but I just would like Liger Zero, man. Liger Zero is one of my favorite robots.
You're never getting Liger Zero.
I probably
even in the game that Zoids was in, they didn't have Liger Zero.
They had the Blade Liger and then 2 gun snipers.
They had the girls and nobody else.
They had the Blade Liger, and with Vaughn, and they had the 2. They had Naomi and Lena from Zero with their gun snipers.
And that was it.
It's just such weird that they, kind of merge them around like that rather than just using, from the same series. Because Naomi and Lena are from a different series than Vaughn. Technically, they're like hundreds of years in the future.
No, they had all 3 series in there. It's just the only 2 things they took from that series was.
Oh yeah, because they had the Shield Liger too.
Yeah, no, they had the Shield Liger, they had the Blade Liger, and they had the Murasame Liger from Zoid's Genesis.
No,
but no Liger Zero.
Which is a shame, because Liger Zero is so fucking cool.
Yeah, we're still not sure of the logic there, unless they just figured,
I mean, don't get me wrong, I like having Lena in there, because Lena and her gun sniper are fucking great. But, Liger Zero, though. It's just so cool. Maybe they didn't put the Liger in there because of his armor things. And they were just like, fuck that's too much work.
No, because they gave Murasame Liger all of its forms.
Oh.
and they had both Blade and Shield Liger in there. So
Yeah,
no,
but those are two
they
separate.
absolutely.
Yeah, but those are two like literally separate things, like with different abilities. Where this would be like one thing that you can like have go back into the ship, rearmor, come back.
I mean, I'd say this. If they had that, they'd probably just make it like option parts you have to equip outside of missions.
Yeah, probably. And then
Like
you
how
could,
you-
and then you could eject them to get the base Liger Zero.
Because like if you were literally
Yeah.
doing like a Liger Zero like story, it'd be like, oh shit, Doc, well, I'm coming back. Give me the fucking Blade Liger set. All right, cool. I'm back. I'm the Jaeger now.
Kind of like how they did the pack because it's basically the same shtick that Strike Freedom has, and that's how they always usually do it with Strike Freedom whenever they basic strike sorry, whenever they have to do like just Gundam Seed plot, they just have it so oh yeah, you equip like which version of Strike you want to go out with.
I remember, what was it? There was a Zoids GBA game, and Lena was broken if you decided to give her the Liger Zero Panzer. Because she had like this weird like punch through ability and like multi-action kind of thing for like kills. So you give her the Panzer, which was ridiculously strong, and she would just mow entire maps down by herself. It was kind of crazy. All right, that's the end of the cutscene. Time to leave. Bye.
Now, if we do get Zenga and Rats, although they better have their fucking theme songs.
Oh, they probably will.
All right, now it's time to leave.
Okay.